Hey everybody, First and Beaver back with some team deathmatch on Plaza. So instead of telling you how much I love this map, as you've heard me talk about before, I am just going to get right into it. It's a shorter video than usual, but I'm going to discuss what I was talking about earlier, violence in video games, and my kind of soapbox commentary here on why I won't be, as I said before, Jin won't be playing video games like this anytime soon. He will not be watching me play them. I only play these when he's asleep or when he's up taking his bath, and if he does come down, it's turned off immediately, as agreed on by me and my wife and I. And do I think violence in video games makes people go crazy or kill? No, I don't. It's not a belief I have, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't believe it's always healthy. I do believe it depends on the parents involved. If you know, I've seen parents. I remember my favorite story in this issue is I was at a GameStop a long time ago, back when it used to be EB Games, I think. Even before that, can't remember. And it was back in PlayStation days, pretty much. But I remember watching this kid. He was about 7 or 8, and he wanted to buy a game. And I was watching him pick out some games, and his mom's like, no, no, no. She was only looking at the price tag of the games. And then he found Metal Gear Solid, I think it was, and it was used. And so it was like, you know, $14, and she's like, yeah, that's fine. And it's like, for a 6, 7, 8-year-old, I just don't think Metal Gear Solid is a good game. I mean, it's about going in there and killing people, and there's sexual themes, but whatever. It's a violent video game. There's no two ways about it. I mean, is it as gory as it was that games are, as gory as games are now? No, but you know, the point is, as a parent, she only cared about the cost of the game. She didn't care about the content of the game that her 7-year-old was looking to play, and that's where I have my problems. There are ratings, and those ratings are there for a purpose. And I have to plug my computer in, so I'm going to pause right here. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I do think, you know, the ratings are there for a purpose. Even back in Metal Gear Solid days, they told you what was in the game, just like a movie where it shows you, crude humor and, graphic violence. I mean, that stuff is on the packaging. And as a parent, I think it's your responsibility to look at that. If you still want your kid to play it, that's fine. That's your choice, but at least be active. And I want to be as active in that capacity as I can. But again, I don't think that any of you who are 12 years old playing this game are going to go out and kill people in a mall or anything. I don't think the video game would cause that. I think other issues cause that. Maybe it plays a little part in aggression. But again, you know, I watched violent stuff as a kid, but I had parents who talked to me and told me right from wrong and explained the difference between, you know, what I'm seeing on the TV screen as opposed to what goes on in real life. But, you know, in America these days, violence just seems to be the normal, you know, no biggie. You know, now that I'm trying to monitor what my kid watches, it's amazing how many, I mean, it's just amazing how many cartoons are violent about how we gotta kill this bad guy, and there's always a fight at the end, and it's quite interesting, and we don't care. But in this country, we do care about sex and nudity and stuff like that. And that's where I think we have it wrong. I don't think either are great, but I think we pay too much attention trying to fight um, nudity and sex and just let violence reign supreme. I mean, just look at CBS's lineup. It's just one murder show after another. Murder show, murder show, murder show, reality TV, murder show, murder show, murder show, murder show. I mean, it's everything's just murder this and sexual crimes this, violent crimes that, and CSI, what is there, three, New York, Vegas, and Miami. I mean, it's just, the media is saturated with violence, and that's okay, but, someone shows a side boob and everybody freaks the hell out. And, I used to be a magazine manager at a Borders, and I would, we carried some titles that, some European titles, like Der Spiegel, which is just like, it's like, I don't know, a Newsweek or a Red Book of Germany, and they had I don't know, I think it was a breast cancer thing, and there's a topless woman on the cover. This woman, she had her 5-year-old, he's carrying some violent, comic in his hand, but she's mad because he saw boobs. Oh my God, he saw boobs, and how dare we? And she should call the police, and this is indecent. And it's like, but your kid can read violent comic books, that's fine, but the boobs are, oh my God, the boobs are gonna turn him into an animal, That's, I have a huge problem with that. I think it's backwards. I mean, yeah, if it was a hustler and it was some woman spread eagled, with a dildo or something, yeah, that's unnecessary, but, it's just boobs. You don't care about, the Fangoria magazine, on the next row with, some guy being decapitated. You're worried about the boobs. The boobs are the devil's work. I've lived in Europe. I've lived in Denmark for a couple archaeology digs, and there was a corner store, and this is just where I think things are completely different, where they have it kind of right and we have it kind of wrong. Keep up the pressure. This little corner store, I lived on this island. It was, 200 people lived there during the summer. It's really small, and they have one little gas station / supermarket where they're buying beer and food for the week. And next to the counter, they have all their chocolate. And Danish chocolate is good. They have all the really good stuff. And then right next to it is just this wall of hardcore porn magazines. And they're not covered. They don't have the little black cover like we do in our 7-Eleven stuff. It's just all right there. And there's kids there, 12, 13-year-old kids. They're all looking at the candy. They don't even care about what's going on right next to the candy. It's because it's not a big deal. They're not made to think it's a bad thing or some big taboo thing. And I think that's where we get it wrong. So that's me on my soapbox. Thanks for watching, and the next video is going to be fun, I think. For me it was. It's my favorite game. And hopefully. So take care, have a good day, and, stop playing violent video games. Ha.